Okay. Surjanama Subhadavasa, I am Shan Prithwaku. Today also I am going to discuss the balance part of the lesson production process statement. Then I would like to discuss chapter 7, activity number 3, it is available in page number 112. Because I discussed one exercise, I already do activity number 2 at home and I will discuss with you, and now I would like to discuss because I want to revise the theory part, therefore I will select activity number 3. Here you are given some details related to a manufacturing company, that is Rasamivit, they are producing calorie, right? Then finally you are asked to calculate prime cost and overhead cost, okay? Then you have to finally calculate total prime cost and total overhead cost, right? We'll see how we can finish the answer, right? Material cost, you can take one by one. Material cost, it will come under prime cost. Material cost equal 80,000, right? Then labor cost also labor cost. Labor cost equal 20,000. Here you are going packing cost. I will take it as direct cost because sometimes packing cost will be direct, because depending on number of packets, if you take milk powder, then packing material will be to be changed depending on the number of packets. Therefore, packing material will also come under direct cost. Here packing cost 4,000. Because you are here given Talakaravi, going to produce Talakaravi and use stationery, papers. Then depending on number of units, we will decide the requirement. So I got it as direct cost. Then fourth one, factory rent, it comes under overheads. That is 11,000. Right. Next one, salaries to watchman. Today, if you take watchman, he doesn't involve in the production process. He just look after the factory. Therefore, the payment made to watchman will come under overhead cost. Watchman salary 7,000. Right. Next item, expenses for favors. That is indirect material. That is 1,500. Then last one with the last, electricity expenses also will come under. Electricity also will come under indirect other expenses. That means it is indirect 1,500. Then last one, maintenance of machinery also will come under overhead, because maintenance cost we cannot identify depending on number of units. Maintenance cost. That will be 5,000, and the 5,000 rupees. You can take total overhead cost 11,000, 7,000, 18,000, 19,500, 20,000, 21,000, 26,000. Total value of the overhead cost will be 26,000 rupees. Then you can add these three, 80,000 plus 20,000, 100,000 plus 4,000, 104,000. That is rupees 104,000 total prime cost. Okay, total prime cost will be 104,000, and maintenance cost, electric cost, expenses for drivers, watchman salary, factory rent, they will not coming under overhead cost. Total will be 26,000. Right. I just wanted to discuss this question because I wanted to revise your previous knowledge. Right. Then I will take a new heading, that is production cost again. We have to calculate some other things depending on production cost. What is production cost? Actually, production cost is the production cost here. I gave you a definition for production cost at the very first beginning. Production cost is the total cost incurred to produce an item or a specific item. I will repeat the same thing again. A production cost is the total cost incurred or total expenses incurred for producing an item or a specific item. Right. Then production cost consists of two parts. That is prime cost. Prime cost plus overhead cost. Overhead cost, right? If we take production cost, we have got two parts in that: prime cost plus overhead cost. You got the knowledge regarding prime cost, that is not direct material cost, direct labor cost, and direct other cost. Here, overhead cost means indirect material, indirect labor, and indirect other cost. At the very first beginning, you understood each component has three units, both under prime cost and overhead cost. Right? You understood production cost. Right? Then you should know unit cost. What is unit cost? Unit cost is the average cost. If you know the total production cost and total number of units produced during the period or during a specific period, then you can calculate average cost or unit cost. Then we can calculate unit cost equal total cost divided by total number of units. Total cost divided by total number of units equal to unit cost. Okay, that is equal to average cost. We normally say average cost. Average cost means cost incurred per unit. Right. Now you understood what is unit cost? Total cost incurred during the period divided by total number of units produced during the specific period. Right. Then our next concept is profit margin. You know, in any business organization, the main purpose is to earn a profit. Earn a profit. Therefore, all the companies, all the producers, they want to keep a profit margin. Profit margin means how much they expect to have from each unit. Then they multiply number of units by the profit from each unit. Then they their expected total profit. That is how they calculate it practically. So, what is profit margin? The profit expected per unit. They normally calculate depending on average cost. Sometimes it can be rupee value or percentage value, right? Then profit margin sometimes. At the exam, you are asked to calculate profit margin by giving percentage, or sometimes they will directly give you the profit margin, right? Then, how do you calculate profit margin? Here, sometimes at this time you are given percentage, 10% or 5% from total cost. Okay, from total cost. It is given at the exam by the examiner. Profit margin. How to calculate profit margin? It depends on the total cost. At the exam, examiner will give you that you have to take 10% from the total cost, or sometimes 5% from the total cost, right? Or sometimes he will give you 5,000 from the total cost, like that. But most probably, examiner gives you percentage from the total cost. It can be sometimes 10%, 5%, 3%, 15%, 20%. It depends on the business organization, right? You understood what is profit margin? That is the amount they expected to have as a profit from each unit, right? Now you have to understand how a businessman decides selling price per unit, or how a producer decides the selling price per unit. You know now per unit cost. You understood? You understood? Profit margin. Profit margin. You understood? Right? Then you add these two. Per unit cost equal this much. Profit margin per unit this much. Then you add these two. Then finally we will take selling price. Finally you take selling price. Okay? Then how can you decide selling price per unit? Selling price per unit equal selling price equal, here you are given an equation per unit cost. Here per unit cost plus profit margin. Profit margin per unit. Profit margin per unit. Selling price equal per unit cost plus profit margin. That is how I have produced under this statement, right? If you take this statement, this is how you take the selling price. Selling price. How to calculate selling price? You first take per unit cost, then take given percentage from the cost, that is the profit margin, and add it to cost of the unit, and finally take the addition of these two, cost plus profit margin. Then you can reach to selling price. Again, here you are given another equation, selling price equal per unit cost plus profit margin per unit. Then you can reach to selling price per unit. Right. At the exam, you are given this type of questions. Therefore, you should know how to calculate selling price and also profit margin and average cost, because you will have to solve all the parts of the question. Right. When you decide, then sometimes you will be asked to mention what are the things you have to consider when you decide the selling price. Because practically, if you are a businessman, when you decide the selling price of the product, you have to concern about some factors. Here you are given 4 factors. One is the demand for the product in the market. We can't just decide the selling price, because if you have a good demand, then you can increase your price. If you have average demand, you can keep average price like that. You can decide the selling price depending on market demand available in the market. Right. Second factor, the price of similar products. You know, if you have got similar products, customers have a chance to compare the prices. Therefore, when you decide the price, you have to just consider about the other product prices or prices of other products. Right. Next one, pricing policy of the organization. Sometimes each organization can have their own pricing policies. Therefore, when they decide their own prices, they will be concerning about their policies also. Last one, legal factors. If there is any fixed price decided by government, sometimes businessmen cannot change the price or decide the price. Therefore, producers will have to consider about legal factors, sometimes actually regulations imposed by the government. Right. Those are the things which we have to consider when you fix the price. Right. Now we can come to do some example regarding selling price, average cost and total cost. You are given an example in the page number 114. I will first discuss with you that question. That is, a manufacturing plant has following expenses related to its production. Prime cost 120,000 rupees, production overhead cost 80,000 rupees, number of units produced 200 units, profit margin on total cost per unit 10%. Here you are given profit margin, that you have to take 10% from the cost of the unit. Right. Now we can calculate the answer, because now we have only understood all the concept related to this lesson. Right. What is the first answer? Here, total production cost. Total production cost. How to calculate total production cost? You know, I give formula prime cost. Prime cost plus overhead cost. Okay, prime cost plus overhead cost. Here you are going prime cost 120,000 rupees. Right. How much will be the overhead cost? Production overhead cost 80,000 rupees. You are given separately, then you can easily take the numbers. Right. Then you have to add these two, 120,000 plus 80,000, it will be 200,000. Okay, you are given the answers, but anyway, I just want to discuss these questions, and it will help you to understand the lesson easily. Right, later on I will discuss all the past paper questions and some other practice questions. Right, what is the part 2 of the questions? You understood prime cost. Right. Then, part 2, per unit cost. You know, per unit cost means per unit cost. Here, per unit cost means average cost. That is the cost per 1 unit. You can calculate per unit cost by taking or by considering total cost and number of units produced during the period. If you are given total cost of production and the number of units produced during the period, you can easily calculate per unit cost. Then here, you can have the formula total cost divided by number of units produced during the period. Normally you are given those details. Then here, total cost we got 200,000 rupees. Right. Then number of units produced during that period you are given 200. Right. 200. When you just take, then you can take 1,000 units. 200,000 divided by 200 units will be 1,000. 1,000 rupees. 1,000 rupees. Average cost is 1,000 rupees. Your average cost is 1,000 rupees. Yeah. 1,000 rupees. Okay. Here you are given total cost. We calculated the answer under first question. Then that is 200,000. Then you are given the question number of units they produce 200. When you divide 200,000 by 200, you can take 1,000 rupees per unit. That is your average cost per unit. Then part 3, per unit selling price. Per unit selling price, you know, we can decide the selling price by taking average cost or unit cost plus profit margin. You know, normally we are given profit margin as a percentage, right? Then here we can calculate per unit selling price. Selling price equal per unit cost plus profit margin. Per unit cost plus profit margin. Here per unit cost you got 1,000 plus profit margin you are asked to take 10%. 10% from per unit cost. Here if you take 10%, you can just remove last zero, it will be equal to 100 rupees. Then another situation, if you are asked to take 20%, you just remove 1 zero and take 100 multiplied by 2. Here you are asked to take only 10%. Thereafter you can just remove 1 zero, it will be equal to 100. Then you can calculate like this into 10%. This part, that is 10%. Then 1,000 is unit cost plus. You will take 100, another 100 as the profit margin. Then your selling price will be 1,100 rupees. 1,100 rupees your selling price. Okay, this is the selling price per unit, 1,100 rupees. Right. We are given another exercise. I would like to discuss that one also, because if you do more exercises, then it will help you to understand the lesson easy. Right. You come to page number 115. You are given another example. Following information relates to a wardrobe manufacturers for the month of January. You are given total production cost 100,000. Number of wardrobe production during the month of is 100 units. Company keeps the profit margin of 20% on cost. Right. We ask to calculate cost of a wardrobe, selling price of a wardrobe. Right. Then part 1, per unit cost. Here, per unit cost, you can write the formula, then it is easy for you to take marks. Otherwise, if you don't write, sometimes if you make mistakes, then examiner sometimes won't give you marks. Therefore, better write the formula. Unit cost equal total cost. Here, divide by number of units. Total cost here, you are given total production for 400,000. 400,000 divided by number of units produced 100. Right. Then you can just set off. Then unit cost equal 4,000. Right. 4,000 rupees. 4,000 rupees. Right. You calculate 4,000 rupees unit cost. Unit cost 4,000 rupees. Right. Then part 2, you have to calculate per unit profit margin. Here, profit margin equal cost per unit cost 4,000 into another 20% from the cost. Then my profit margin you can take like this, because I want to take directly selling price. Then 4,000 into 20%. Then if it is 10%, you can just remove 1 0. If it is 20%, you can double value. It is 800. I got 400 into 2. That is, if you do 10%, then you can just like that. Then 40 to 20, 0, 0, 2 zeros, then 2 into 4, 800. Right? That is the profit margin per unit. Now we can decide selling price. Selling price equal unit cost plus profit margin. Unit cost plus profit margin. Then unit cost equal here 4,000. You got it, plus profit margin 800. Altogether, your selling price will be 4,800. 4,800. Your selling price will be like that, 4,800. Okay, you understood how to calculate average cost or unit cost, then profit margin and selling price per unit. That is how you can decide your answer at the examination. Therefore, you just remember the formulas to calculate average cost or unit cost, then profit margin and also selling price, because at the exam you will have to manage the time and take the answers quickly. Okay, now actually our lesson is statement of production cost. If you take this lesson, statement of production cost, it will be really important for you to decide your personal expenses also. So now we are going to understand how to prepare production statement. How to prepare the production statement. If I just give you the format for production cost statement, you have to mention the name production cost statement. But at the exam you are write the name of the business organization and you are write the accounting period. If you are given details for a month, you are write for the month of January or for the month of February, and finally you write production cost statement. But I have just written production cost statement. But at the exam you have write business name and the period also. Right. On the top you have to mention prime cost heading and another heading production overhead. Production overhead. Right. You know, under prime cost we had three main headings: direct material, direct labor and direct other expenses like that, no? Then you can just mention your values like this and take the total to the second column. That is the total direct expenses. Or you can mention like this also. Then parallel to this answer you can write total direct expenses. Okay, right. Then we have another heading, production overhead. Under that you have indirect material, then indirect labor, and you have indirect other expenses. Other expenses. Under this heading, you can have more factory maintenance expenses, factory repair expenses, depreciation of machinery, factory rent. Likewise, you can have more, right? Then I will take few expenses and take the total. And finally, you have to add these two. You have to add finally these two prime cost plus factory overheads. Then it will be the answer for total production cost. Total production cost. That is total production cost. You understood? Prime cost on the top. Under that we have three headings: direct material, direct labor, direct other cost. Then we take the total and parallel that we write total direct expenses. After that, production overhead. Under that, indirect material, indirect labor and indirect other cost. Indirect other cost we can have more sometimes. Then you put separately indirect other cost, then take the total here. And finally we have prime cost plus overhead cost, then that will be the answer for total production cost. That is the statement for to calculate to produce the total production cost. Production cost statement, right? We can do the given question in the textbook that is available in the page number 116. You are given some details regarding a manufacturing organization. So you can take the answer easily, right? Because we have to reduce the time to discuss. At the exam, you write the name of the business organization and accounting period, whether it is per month or 2 months or per annum. Normally it is given in the question paper. Right. Now we can calculate prime cost. Under that, then you can just write headings. Right. First item, wood, direct material. This is regarding actually the manufacturing information related to Ranamail, furniture manufacturer for the month of December. Then you have right on the top Ranamail organization for the month of January, statement of production cost. Right. Wood, labor cost of carpenters. Then labor cost also. Your wood 120,000, labor cost another 40,000. Then you are given other direct cost also. Other direct cost. You are given other direct cost 15,000. Right. Then nail and polish will be indirect material. Indirect materials will be 5,000. Right. Next slide is supervisors remuneration, because supervisors are not directly involved in the production process. They just supervise the factory. Therefore, the salaries paid to supervisors are coming under indirect labor. indirect labor. You can within bracket write supervisor salary, that is 30,000. Right. Next item, factory rent. Factory rent, that is 12,000. Right. Next, factory insurance. Factory insurance 14,000. Insurance is coming under indirect other expenses overheads. We cannot identify insurance per unit wise, so we have taken under overhead cost, indirect other cost. Last one, machine depreciation. Machine depreciation, you have calculated depreciation under sole trader final cost. If you use a machinery to produce your goods, then there can be decrease in the value of the asset, that is called depreciation. That is a simple definition for depreciation. So we cannot absorb depreciation per unit price, so we will put it under indirect other cost. It comes from overheads. Machine depreciation amount is 6,000. 6,000. Then altogether, we have to take plus prime cost, then add overhead cost. We have how many items? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here also we are given 3, 5, and 9. Just we have to check whether we have taken all the values at the exam also. Wood dogging 120,000, labor cost 40,000, other labor cost 15,000, nail and polish 5,000, supervisor's premises 30,000, factory rent 12,000. Fuel and electricity we haven't taken. Then we can mention fuel and electricity. Electricity 8,000 and factory insurance 14,000. Machine depreciation 6,000. Right. We have got all the values given in the question. Now we can calculate the total here. 12,000 plus 14, 52, 67,000. That is the total prime cost, 67,000. And you take the addition of overheads. Then here 5,000, 30,000, 35,000, 12,000, 45, 47, 57, 61, 67 and 75,000. 75,000 will be the total overhead cost. Then we can add these two. That is the prime cost plus, you can take prime cost 67,000 plus another 75,000, that is overhead cost, indirect total cost. Then you add these two, that is 0, 0, 0. 7 by 12, balance is 1, 7, 7, 14. Then your total cost of production is, during the period, month of January, 142,000 rupees. Your total production cost, no. Here, total is wrong. Prime cost total should be 120,000, 160 and 175,000. It should be 175,000. 175,000 plus 75,000. 175,000 plus 75,000, 250,000. Right. 250,000 should be the answer. 250,000 should be the total cost. Then parallel to this answer, you write total cost of production 250,000 rupees. Right. That is how you can calculate your statement of production cost. Then what I do is you have to practice the same thing again and again. Then at the exam you can easily solve any questions given in the second paper. Right. Now I would like to calculate per unit cost. Here again you are asked to calculate per unit cost equal total cost divided by number of units. Here total cost 250,000. Then divided by number of units they have given you. The company has produced 250 cars during the year and keeps profit margin of 20%. Right, they have produced 250,000 units, then you divide by 250, then your answer will be 1,000. 1,000 rupees will be the unit cost. Then they have asked you to take profit margin also here. Then they have asked you to take 20% from the unit cost. Here, you are asked to take 20% on per share, 20%. Then how can you decide the selling price? No need to calculate separately profit margin and average cost or unit cost. You can take cost per unit plus profit margin. Then cost 1,000 here. Then profit margin you asked to take 20% from the cost. Then here 1,000 into 20% like this. Fine. Then 1,000 plus here 20% means if it is 10% you can just remove 0, 1 0. As it is 20% you double the value and take 200. That is 200. Then finally you can take selling price 1,000, 1,200, right? Okay, 1,200 is the unit selling price. Okay, I think I assume that you all may have obtained knowledge regarding how to calculate production cost statement. So this is the end of the lesson. Then we can discuss all the past applications came from this unit, that is unit number 7 in grade 11 syllabus. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Below the video there's a red color button, that is a subscription button. Then you can just press that button and ring the bell icon also. Then you can switch on notifications. Later on you will receive my videos for your place. Thank you very much. My advice is to practice everything again and again. Then you understand first theory and do calculations and finally solve past applications. Then it will help you to take a higher grade at the exam. Thank you very much.